Occupy San Diego, how you doing? Where you at? Yes. So, 9 months ago today, I was a confused Obama supporter. You can go ahead and laugh it up if you want, I deserve it. I came to this very spot, the reservoir spot, San Diego, here, amongst a bunch of people who would never have previously given each other the time of day, to lend my voice to the frustration with self-destructive patterns of politics in our society, in our economy, and our culture. Over time, I came to see that all of the oppression, exploitation, and mental and physical, even enslavement in the world serve to keep global corporate interests in the driver's seat. No more blatantly is this proven than in secret free trade agreements like the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which undermine even governments. You know it's bad when both the power and the people agree that the Congress is worthless. Just to keep the 1% filthy, bloody, oily, powdery white, shiny rich. Because merely displacing and exploiting and enslaving and killing the people in the land of these nations just wasn't good enough, was it? You know what proof that corporations can never be human? A human, given time... Can you guys hear me? Cool. A human, given time, can come to realize that it's impossible to stand on top of a planet that's spherical and spinning around, right? A human, given enough pressure, can come to realize that other than other people and other places, they are the only things that need to be conquered. And quickly, before there's nothing else left. A corporation that's fueled by nothing but gain, capital, and that four-letter programming word more can never come to understand these things. And so the race is on between global corporate domination and global people's uprising. Honestly, this isn't a video game, this isn't a movie, this isn't a rock song, alright? This isn't some abstract concept, this is our goddamn future. In the next 5 to 10 years, when the entire world is pissed off enough to get up and start screaming and throwing shit, if this thing, if passed, is probably going to be a really huge part of the reason why. So it needs to be stopped dead in its tracks, like dead in its tracks. Or commerce and politics and communities as we know them need to be dismantled and replaced and then removed. Period. Or both. I've moved the argument to both. Now, in the 9 months that I spent occupying San Diego, I have seen us tested with just about every problem I can imagine. From internal confrontations about the class divide, the tests of unlearned social constructs that divide us by way of race, sexual orientation, gender identity, economic and education privilege, religion, spirituality, literally every bar in the cage, right? As well as ego-driven political aggrandizing, we have to admit that, demonization from the media, the shameless erosion of our human rights, suppression and violence from the state. The list, as many of us know, goes on. There are many weapons with which the few, with the false power, use to keep the many with the real power from rising up. But I dare say, there's no weapon more violent unleashed on our population than comfort and apathy. It seems to me that all of our thoughts and our effort as a whole population, that is, we have a bunch of badass people here, but like all of our population here in this, in the States, all of the thoughts and efforts seem to be aimed at avoiding thought and effort. You know? Things are just so difficult in the real world that we cover our ears for lack of a remote control with a mute button or a channel changer. We're more comfortable buying and selling ourselves into poverty than even looking at what's wrong with the picture, much less organizing to rectify our problems. Now, I don't have any political or pull, you know, or any like academic or social status as an activist, you know. I don't have years of organization behind my back. I've never been to any exotic countries or anything. But if I'm good at one thing, it's calling bullshit when I see it. Bullshit. I've learned everything that I know about organized resistance through struggle. As is the way that we naturally build ourselves. I'm not alone here. We have all in a way transformed in the face of global dissent. So in the last 9 months, my dedication to uniting for true freedom has taken more of a true form than ever before. And I've been formally introduced to my life's purpose. So I guess you could say in the last 9 months, with the coming use of good old solidarity, I've been born in a way. Just in time to rise. Learn to speak and learn to walk. Let's not mince words. Literally, this is how crazy people are. We are now facing global enslavement at the hands of little pieces of paper that are filling in for a bunch of shiny rocks that we might not even have. Unless we unite. Unless some of us prepare our system for its replacement, and others prepare a replacement for the system. The time for turning up to our oppressors and politely tapping them on the shoulder and requesting for our rights and our dignity and our respect as human beings, that time's over. They're not listening. When was the last time any dictator gave their people a permit to shut them down? I had a question, y'all. Whose streets are these? I'm sorry, I was a little early. Whose streets are these? Whose streets? Whose streets? No shit, huh? Prove it! Prove it. Let no one censor or distract or scare you. Okay? Let's let the ruling class know from here on out that they've got a choice. Either we, all over the world, take our world back, we shut theirs down, or both. They've got a choice. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for hacks. Let's hear another round of applause for all of our 3 speakers who just spoke to us. All right, next up we're going to have some speakers of some of our sponsoring organizations talk to us. Just a reminder, we do have these keys, so if anyone lost a Prox Card 2 card, you should come find me. And right now we're going to have someone from Buy-In USA come up and speak with us.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ivan Penetrante. I'm from Anak Buy-In USA San Diego chapter, and I'm representing Buy-In USA, an overseas chapter of Buy-In Philippines, the national democratic movement of the Philippines. We are fighting for national and social liberation from U.S. imperialism, and we've been doing it for 40 years plus, and we are finishing the unfinished revolution of 1896 under Bandes Bonifacio. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to start with a chant. If you know it, please join. Rise up, rise up, rise up! Rise up, rise up, rise up! Rise up, my people, rise up! Rise up, my people, rise up! Right on. Okay. So, the TPP, if it is anything like its predecessor, NAFTA and CAFTA, okay, we could expect more destruction and domination. One thing that we have to recognize that along with so-called free trade agreements, economic policy, there is political, military violence following that, or alongside that. It's no coincidence, like I said on Monday in the earlier rally, that the same time the TPPA is being pushed, Obama is also pushing and having a military pivot to the Asian Pacific. And it's primarily for one reason only. The Asian Pacific is home to 60% of the world's population. For the global 1%, the corporations, that's a lot of customers for them. That's a lot of natural resources for them to exploit. That's a lot of cheap labor for them. And that's a lot of jobs being lost here in the United States. That's a lot of money going to military, going to violence, going to killings, when it should be spent on social services.
Yes.
Oh. The TPPA represents a larger form. That's why they be calling it NAFTA on steroids. It's a larger form, higher unity on behalf of the 1%, on behalf of imperialism, neoliberal capitalism. And if it's anything like its predecessor, we won't only see death and destruction, we will also see people's resistance. And the only way we can defeat it is through a higher unity of the people, a united front of anti-imperialist forces. In the Philippines, this is nothing new. The Philippines is very important to the U.S., to the Obama administration. They have made a puppet off of all the Philippine presidents. Right now, there's a counterinsurgency warfare going on in the Philippines. It is fully funded, sponsored, and also directed on behalf of the United States. That's your tax dollars. When you go to work, you work hard. Your tax dollars are going to that. It's killing my people.